Welcome aboard to the Heavy Metal Truckers, where we give our thoughts and perspectives on all things heavy. We are your hosts. Unfortunately, Frosty is not going to be with us at this section. We will include his portion within this video. However, we are doing a album review on the latest release from Green Carnation. It's a long album title, so it'll just be in the description. So, per usual,
Shores of Melancholia, I believe, or something like that.
it's almost called Shores of Melancholia. Okay, that works.
Yeah.
All right, sir, you take the lead.
I'm trying to bring up the track listing, so I know there's only like 6 songs on it, but I'm trying to remember.
Oh, I know. Which I should probably do the same thing, actually.
And of course, what I brought up doesn't have the track listing. Let's try this. Does this have the track listing? Wait. Nope, of course not. Why does nothing have the track listing? Here, I'm going to put track list. Track list. There we go. Oh, you poo-poo head, get away. Okay, there we go. All right.
Oh, I had to do multiple
several weeks ago.
I had to listen to him multiple times because I know timing.
Yeah, I didn't have the opportunity to listen to it multiple times, unfortunately. But I guess to kind of let the cat out of the bag right off the bat, I enjoyed it enough that I can remember enough to at least do this.
Okay, that works. Hey, that works.
It's a shorter album, only 6 songs, like I was talking about before. Mm-hmm. But even though it's 6 songs, most of them are
long as shit.
Well, pretty much all of them are long. I think the shortest one's like 5 minutes and something. And the longest one's like 9 minutes.
Hair over 5.5 minutes.
Yeah. And the longest one's like 9 minutes. So they're all in the 5.5 to 9 minute range, basically.
Yep.
So even though it's only 6 songs, it's just about the length of a typical like 10-track album. Or close to it anyway. That being said, I remember I really enjoyed first 2 songs and the last 2 songs. Like, I absolutely loved them. And then the middle 2 were the weaker ones, but they were still fairly decent.
Yeah. What he's trying to say is, for them being the weakest tracks on the album, they're still solid.
Right. Like, they weren't bad by any means. I just didn't prefer them as much as I did the first 2 and the last 2.
Fair enough.
Yep. Their music has, the album as a whole has decent atmosphere. It's got the typical, doom metal sound you would expect or look forward to,
mm-hmm.
Or want.
Even though I think they're more along the lines of progressive.
I think there actually are listed as progressive.
They are. They are, okay. Because I know whenever I was even listening to it, I'll get my thing later.
They're making me wonder what they're listed at. I'm just going to look at Green Carnation and see what they're actually listed. Now I'm curious.
Yeah.
Progressive, doom metal, death doom, and gothic metal.
Yep.
All right. I guess I can see all that. Because a lot of the atmosphere did have a little bit of a gothic feel to it, so yeah, it makes sense.
Keep on going. I gotta get my cat Spring.
Your cat what?
She has little toy springs that she just is obsessed with.
Oh yeah, we have those too. I just saw the tail go by. It was funny. But anywho, yeah, no, like I said, it's been a couple of weeks, so I can't really go in detail like I normally would. But I did very much enjoy the album. I know, like I said, I know I love the first two, the last two, and the middle two are decent, but not on the same level for me.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be other people out there it'll be a complete opposite of me or something, which is fine.
Yeah.
But no, I especially for a band I never heard of, a band that's obviously not like a huge name band.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a solid album. I enjoyed it. And I think, and I do remember this from when I listened to the album. I gave the album an 8.0 for a score.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Mm-mm. No. I did. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. So I guess my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I discovered Green Carnation a long time ago. Roughly around probably the same time that I discovered November's Doom. There used to may or may not have been a site that may or may not had albums that may or may not have leaked, and I may or may not have kept track of it back then. I'll just say that. But one of them was an acoustic album, and it said folk acoustic, and I'm like, I dig folk and I dig acoustic, so let's check this out. It was one of the best fucking albums I had ever heard in my life. It was Green Carnation, the acoustic verses, and it was spectacular. And on all that time, I never once, well, not to my recollection, I didn't really look back to see what with distortion they sounded like. I was way too much in love with the acoustic album. Well, as I had seen that they came out with this new album, I'm like, all right, let me finally check them out in their standard nature. Upon first listening, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what to think about it because I was so used to the guy's vocals in a higher octave or just kind of singing very extremely beautifully, but this time he was a bit more, it was almost like a tenor alto that he was singing, and in this one it was like a cross between baritone and tenor and alto. Like the dude's voice is interesting. He's definitely a tenor, but it's like he has like elements of baritone in it or elements of alto in it, so which I know what tenor is, but still. And at times I wasn't too sure if it actually fitted it musically, like what they were doing instrumentally. I didn't entirely feel like the voice matched up, especially with I can't remember if it was a Silence Took You or In Your Paradise where I really felt that it just something kind of just fell off for me, and I was so on the album. And but of course, I was immediately hearing both. I'm like, okay, these guys were definitely got some influence from like Dream Theater and Queensryche. Just Queensryche because the dude's vocals, he reminded me so much. And also just kind of like how their dynamics were within the record or within various tracks. It was so much like the way Queensryche would conduct it. But I think his, as I kept on listening to it, because for one thing, we meant to do this like 2 weeks ago, but we had to keep pushing it because of particular people. But that's fine. As I listened to it more, I began to appreciate it more, and it was one of those that actually grew on me. I will say though, when it came to The Slave That You Are, as soon as that started, I thought I was listening to another group. I had to check my phone to make sure it was still Green Carnation, because they went complete like progressive black metal on this, almost, if you could call it that. And I'm like, damn, this is good, but I did not expect this. Is completely outside the park of what I've been listening to. What's going on here? And then they carried it back into what they were doing, but they would go back and forth, which again is one of the things I love about progressive any artist that considers themselves progressive or has been labeled progressive is excellent at being able to change things up wildly, but they do such a fucking good job on the transition, because transitions are important to me. Like, if you're gonna blend two things, that's fine. Please don't do it abruptly. That's what I'm not the biggest fan of. So they did it without being so abrupt on it, and they did it well. Everything was done beautifully. Guy's vocal was just outstanding. Probably, I would honestly have to argue he's probably one of the best vocalists I've heard. But then again, a lot of progressive rock and metal vocalists are just beyond outstanding. I mean, shit, you got Geddy Lee. You have a vocalist, I can't think his name, for Dream Theater. You have no, I'm drawing a blank on the rest. Dude from Queensryche, I can't remember his name. Even though I think the original vocalist for Queensryche left and created his own group, but anyways, that's a whole other tangent. But progressive rock and metal have amazing vocalists. Hell, even Mikkel Ackerfeld, I can't remember his name. Dude from Opeth. Just phenomenal vocalists. I loved this album. The more I listened to it, I kept on listening to it. It just, and the tracks were made in such a way that they didn't feel long for me. So I greatly enjoyed that.
No.
Overall, everything was done beautifully. Vocals were done beautifully. Even though at first I was not sure of what to think, as it over time it grew on me tremendously. So I actually have given this album an 8 as well.
Nice.
Yeah,
it was funny. You talked about your initial reaction was you weren't sure because of what you'd listened to in the past. I didn't have that problem because I didn't have anything to.
Yeah, you didn't have any kind of reference to it. So yeah, but yeah. I was just I was going into it. I'm not gonna lie, I was very nervous going into it. So I'm like, am I gonna love the acoustic verses but hate what they do on a standard? Because that was a general concern for me. But on the bat, I actually was going to give this album like a 7 or 7.5, because there were some aspects I didn't feel did very good, or something wasn't clicking for me. It wasn't well. But I ended up loving the album. It's a stellar work from Green Carnation. So yeah, I have to give this album 8, and once we get the chance, we'll get Frosty's rating as well, because he'll eventually join. Alright guys, we are here with Frosty, and he is going to give his history and review on Green Carnation's album Sea of Melancholia. I think. Yeah, the latest album from Green Carnation. Go for it.
My introduction to Green Carnation, this album, as per most of the time usual.
I think you had seen.
Never heard of them before.
Wait, I didn't show you the acoustic verses years ago?
Nope. I have never heard of them until this album. It was like Green Carnation. Like, it almost sounded like you guys were saying Reincarnation or something every time y'all speak it. And I'm like, okay, kind of weird is this, but all right. So yeah, no, this was my introduction to Green Carnation. Was this album? Never heard them before, and the album, it's kind of a hit or miss for me throughout the majority of it. I mean, it's been a good minute since I fully listened to it all the way through, but I mean, it was pretty interesting. Some of the songs felt a little bit like they would drown on a little too much, but other than that, I mean, it was.
Green Carnation is a progressive rock / metal group,
which is probably why it felt like the songs would drown on just a little bit.
Yeah, because progressive anything within the progressive area could potentially drone on, just because within that genre, you're given the freedom to kind of just let's see what happens and how long this goes.
So, I mean, I like the sounds within progressive metal, but it's the 70 ballads in one album that start to be like, okay, we've taken what should be about an hour and a half long album to we're gonna make it like 3 days worth of an album. And I know I'm exaggerating fully here, but I mean that's where I start to like kind of lose a little bit of focus. I mean, I'm not looking for something that's like a minute and 30 seconds either, as far as a single is concerned, but like 7-minute long songs all the way through kind of start to drown on. Again, not saying that I'd had any problems with the album other than the drowning on. I mean, the sounds that I was hearing were, they were a lot of fun for me. I enjoyed the symphonic aspects to it. I enjoyed some of the some of it felt like old school, and I kind of enjoyed that. But over time, the repetition of just long songs and everything will start to kind of eat away at you, and you kind of want to just, all right, what's next? So I mean, I definitely can't say I dislike them. Far from it. But it's not a band that I would be like, oh my god, I gotta get your next album, I gotta go to your next concert, I have to do this, I have to, so there is that. I mean, it's something, hey, if we got a new single, sure, we'll listen to it, we'll see what happens. Hey, we're gonna do an album review on Green Carnation's newest album, okay, I'll listen to it for you, give my opinion as well. But like at the same time, again, it's one of those things where it's like, I'll listen, but it's not something I'm gonna be like super over the top excited for. Yeah. So for me, the album would probably be rated about a 6.
Okay.
Because like I said, I did enjoy a lot of the music, a lot of the sounds, and a bit of the style that they were just.
Yeah, I got you.
Get to me.
Well, don't mean to rush this, but we're gonna go ahead and end that there, since Doppler just let me know he's ready for us to begin the night, and I gotta make some more coffee. So, all right, well, that was Frosty's Take, and now we'll move right back to the ending. But anywho, guys, thank you for watching this. Do you have any other words?
Nope, I just agree. It was a solid album.
Beautiful. All right, well, thank you guys for joining us. If you have any opposition, please find us in the comments. And until next time, keep rolling heavy.